Welcome back. We're at the Judith and Norman Alex Art Gallery, and where art is constantly telling us stories, which is wonderful. And today we're here to view one of their new exhibitions called Making Space Recent Acquisitions. Joining me now to tell us all about it is Sonya Blazek, the gallery's curator and supervisor. Sonya, thank you for letting us be here.
Thank you.
So why don't we start with the overview of this exhibition? Give us the overview as far as why did you guys decide to put up these pieces?
Sure. So recent acquisitions shows about 3 years of work that we've acquired into the permanent collection. So it is just a selection. There are more beyond this, but we feel like the stories behind the pieces that are on exhibition are really special, and we wanted to share those with the community. So an exhibition like this offers the chance to display what we've been doing behind the scenes so that the community can come in and enjoy the pieces.
Oh, that's really nice. And when you're looking at potential donations and acquisitions, are you trying to focus a bit on local and regional work?
Yeah, so we have a mandate that we follow when we're considering donations. Most of our donations come in from artists or from people in the community. We do a lot of research behind the scenes to see how does that piece connect to our permanent collection already? Is it a Canadian artist? What story does it tell? So a lot of research goes into that portion of it. So we do have local artists that are also part of the permanent collection and on display here. For example, we have Teresa Altman, who is from Walpole Island. Darla Fisher-Ojig is part of our collection now. She was living in Lambton County when she had her exhibition with us a few years ago. She's now in Chatham-Kent. Nico Williams, who's from Amptunan First Nation. And we even have historic local artists like Walter Tolles, who would have been painting like in the 1920s and 30s, and we have some of his work on display as well.
Yeah, and it's very important because a lot of these artists are influenced by your surroundings, which is Sarnia, Lambton, and we all live here, so it's cool to see how did they get inspired. Why didn't I paint that? Maybe not that, but anyways, tell us about some pieces here that we have that people can come see in this exhibition.
Certainly. So we have Carl Ray and Eddie Kobinis behind us here. A lot of people in the community may be familiar with the Woodland School of Artists, and so these two artists were actually integral in the forming of that style. So we're very proud to have those pieces in our collection now, and it allows us to tell more of a broad story around the Woodland School of Artists, because we do have some pieces in our collection by Norval Maruso, who's very popular. A lot of people are familiar with his work, but maybe not so much with these other artists that have had just as much of an influence on the style.
And let's talk about female artists, because that's something that you're trying to sort of balance the scales on a little bit, if that's what I read on the website at least.
Certainly, yeah. So I think a lot of galleries are trying to be conscious about who are they collecting, and there has been a trend. Historically, a lot of male artists are collected into collections, and so if we're conscious about offers coming in, we want to be sure that we are showing female representation. And so we do have, I believe it's 6 pieces on display that are by female artists, and all different media, from painting to pen and ink to sculpture. Pastels, so it's a beautiful show of female artists as well.
Can you tell us about one of them that particularly sticks out to you?
Sure. Well, I'll go back to Teresa Altman. We actually have 2 pieces which were donated by 2 different people, and what's so lovely about that donation is one of them is pen and ink and from an earlier period, maybe around 60s or 70s, and then the other piece is actually her mixed media and more contemporary piece, and so we get to hang them together, and we have this like storyline of how the artist has evolved. So that's been a really beautiful just coincidence that we've had recent donations of her work.
Wow, that's incredible. And let's talk about any other sort of pieces that people want to come to look at. I think you featured Nico Williams' work just over on this side.
Yes, this piece is beautiful, but it is very small because it is actually a wallet, and the cards that are inside of the wallet have been beaded. So we have thousands of beads, and I think, as you can tell, when you see the piece in person, you can see that like shimmer and that beautiful glimmer that happens with the beading, and there's so much fine detail. So I think that's probably one of my favorite pieces to encourage people to kind of come into the space, see it for themselves, get close. And we also have an audio tour. So if you're wanting a little bit of help about how to look at it or what does it mean, put on some headphones and have a listen and enjoy the piece.